evening, darlings, and welcome to episode 7 of Greenwood Talks. It's so amazing that we're still going after 7 weeks. I can't even believe it. So, as a sort of thank you, there's a bit of a contest going on. It's posted up on my Tumblr, but in case you only follow me on YouTube, you're entirely eligible as well. I posted a video with just sort of out of character things, so we're not even going to talk about them. They don't exist here on this channel, which is why it's not here. But I did want to say thank you for all of you out there who've been watching. So if you would like to submit and you're only here on Tumblr, I will still give you the same, well, I won't give you the same question. However, you can still win the prizes, which are either a personal postcard if you're willing to give out your address, or if you'd prefer, I can just do sort of a private video. That means the access is limited just to you and to me. It's not public whatsoever, so you can sort of just let me know, give me your email address in a comment below, or you can just let me know where I can contact you. I'll give you my address so that you can get in touch with me and we can sort of communicate that way. At any rate, we're going to get right into it because we have so much to get through tonight. This is only the third video I'm making, and I have so many to go through, so here we go. Question from an anonymous submitter who says, Dear King Thranduil, we are birds of a feather. My daughter is getting ready to marry a bloke that I do not approve of. He's just such a callous person, and although he seems so nice to everyone else, I can see through the act entirely. Everyone's telling me I'm being too harsh on the bloke, but I know for sure that he's up to something. Sincerely, your close friend. I don't know if you're saying close friend because we're sort of in the same boat as you said, or if it's that I actually know you. And if I do know you, then darling, we really need to talk about this because this is serious. But either way, we are in fact in the same boat, of course, because we have these husbands-to-be that we do not approve of. Now, I know many of you out there have been sending me sort of comments that are saying, similar to this, that I'm just not giving Gimli enough of a chance, and that he's a lovely lad, and there's a whole response video that I'm going to be doing later this evening to deal with all of that. But in the meantime, I mean, it's possible, darling, that we are being a little harsh on this man that our children are trying to marry, and it's I know they probably have many good qualities, and that's of course what our little precious children are seeing, but sometimes I feel like we have more of sort of a parental instinct about these things, and we can sort of see through some of this. You know, we were young once ourselves, and some of us are more up to things when we were young than others, but you sort of sometimes get these feelings, and you can't just ignore them. It's not healthy. You have to at least sort of work through them and deal with them. And I'm willing to admit that I haven't been the most sort of understanding person, but I feel like a lot of that's just sort of when you see behavioral changes in your children, and there was no sign that sort of thing was going to be possible to have happen, and then just seemingly out of nowhere, these sort of rebellious tendencies just sort of crop up. You can't help but to think of what factors there are that are influencing this change, and so of course that's sort of a big one there, and because of the closeness between two people in an intimate relationship, it does tend to sort of affect one's behavior, for better or for worse. So what I'm trying to do this week, darling, just on the off chance that these feelings that I have are perhaps, and I'm giving this a chance, but I honestly don't think that I'm wrong, but in case, just in case, for the sake of my son's happiness, I'm trying this week to let him sort of dictate how things are going. I'm going to give this man sort of a chance to prove to me that he's not as bad as he seems, or that I've worked myself into thinking. I'm not sure which it is at this point anymore. But this, I hope you'll take this challenge with me, darling, and by all means contact me and let me know how it's going. I really just need someone who sort of understands to talk to anyhow. So we really should talk either way, darling. No matter how it comes out, we really should talk. But just try to... I've already talked to my son about this, and I'm going to let him decide if I'm going to interact again with this man and sort of how it is, and to try as hard as I can to sort of reserve judgment, as difficult as this is for me. I'm trying, you know. I think sometimes as parents, we sort of are so used to seeing the world as we do, we forget what it was like to be in our children's shoes. And it's true that my own father did not approve of my wife, and I did think he was wrong, and perhaps he saw some things which, you know, some of her less positive attributes, and certainly things didn't work out exactly as I would have liked in the end, but if he had given her more of a chance sooner, perhaps there would have been less anxiety. And of course, he did end up in the end giving her a chance, and it would be wrong for me not to give my own son that same opportunity. So I hope, darling, that you will, just like me, give a chance to this young man, whether he deserves it or not. You're doing this for your children, after all. You're not doing this for their fiance. You're doing this for your daughter. You're doing this for the love that you bear her, and you're doing it to show that you do trust their decisions in life, and that's a beautiful, wonderful thing, and we should sort of encourage that. And so I'm trying, darlings. I'm going to try. And I think this video's gone on long enough, but if you notice that I'm starting to slip, darlings, by all means, please send me a message, because I need every check that I can. It's very, very difficult right now, and I do want to do this for my son. So please continue to send me all your lovely comments. Help keep me on track, darlings. I certainly need it. And then, of course, any prompts that you have, by all means. I need the distraction, darlings. So, ta-ta.